Hi and welcome to our class today. So today we're going to do a sort of shorter 30-minute class which is going to focus a little bit on our abdominal strength and endurance as a bit of a theme today. Okay, so I hope you enjoy it and let's get started. So just sitting to begin with, we're going to sit up nice and tall. So we're still making sure our pelvis is in a nice neutral position, just like we do in standing and lying. You can still tilt back, tilt forwards and just look to find that neutral position. That core is engaged, that body is nice and long and lifted, and that chin's just tucked in slightly. Shoulders relaxed as well. Good. So we're going to just start by just really simply stretching our necks out. So take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're just going to turn your head round, off over your shoulder if you can. Take a breath in, and as you breathe out, bringing your head back to the centre. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, just rotating that head over that opposite shoulder. And again, back to that start. Good. Breath in. As you breathe out, rotating around that neck, just feeling that stretch through that opposite side. And coming back to that centre. And again, the opposite side, rotating round, feeling that stretch. And then back to that centre. Good. One more each side. Rotating around, feeling that stretch. And back to that centre. Good. One more time. Rotating around, feeling that stretch, and then back to that centre. Good. And then we're just going to roll our shoulders just one at a time, just rolling around, just loosening up through each side. Good. So let's stretch through our upper spine. So we're going to bring our hands into that Cossack position. We're going to take a breath in again and rotate through our spine this time, around to one side. And as we breathe out, coming back to that centre, and repeating on the opposite side. So just rotating through that upper spine and then back to that centre. Good. And again, rotating around and then back to that centre. Good. And again. Lovely. Rotating around and back to that centre. Good. And again, moving around and back to that centre. Lovely. One last time each side. Rotate that upper body, coming around and just twisting that spine. Good. Back to that start and relax those arms back down. Good. Okay. So we're going to carry on from here in sitting. So we're going to come round, come onto your side from here. So feet are about hip width distance apart, same as our knees. And I'm standing up nice and tall. So I'm really sitting up tall from here. So we're just going to work through our abdominals a little bit and our core. We're going to float our hands in front of us from here. Now what I want you to do is just start by rolling down, just halfway down, and then we're going to use our toe muscles to come back up and then stretch up into standing. And again, just rolling down, good, just halfway, and then stretching, lengthening up into sitting, good, and again, rolling down, and then lengthening back up into that seated position. Good, and again, rolling down just halfway, and then rolling back up nice and tall, lengthening up into sitting, and again, rolling down just halfway down, rolling back up, lengthening in sitting. Good, and again, just halfway down, and rolling back up from here. Good, now if that's feeling okay, either stick halfway down rolls, or if you can, we're going to roll all the way down. Bring our arms up, and then rolling forwards again, lengthening through up into that seated position. Good. So either you're halfway down. If you can, control all the way down to that floor, and then bringing yourself back up, rolling, peeling through, using those toe muscles to lift back up into sitting. Good. And again, rolling down. Keep that control. And then as you're rolling up, lengthening through, back up into sitting. Good. And again, rolling down, using those toe muscles, coming back, and then rolling back up into that seated position. Great, let's do one more. Rolling down. Bring those arms up. Good. And then bringing back up into that seated and lengthened position. Good. And then bring those arms back down. Very good. Okay, so we're going to work in sitting just a little bit more and work our obliques now. So from here, arms in front, I just want you to drop one hand back and down and then just roll back up. And again, dropping down to that side, opposite side this time, and lengthening back up. So we're just working into our obliques a little bit as we're dropping down, lengthening through and up. And again, dropping down, lengthening through and up. And again, drop down, lengthen through and coming back up. Again, opposite side, dropping down and lifting through and up. So just working those obliques as you're dropping down and lengthening up. Good. And again, drop down, lengthen up. So just do last few here, keeping that control, just working into those obliques. So drop down and then lifting up. Good. And again, dropping down, lifting through. Excellent. Okay, let's do one more each side. So drop down, opening out, coming up, and again drop down and lengthening up, and then relax those arms down. Well done. Okay, so we're going to continue from here and roll down onto our mats. I'm going to come onto our backs from here. So onto my back, my feet and knees that hip width distance apart. We're just going to start by finding that neutral spine position. So feet and knees hip width distance apart. Just to begin with, I'm going to tilt that pelvis back, dropping it forwards. Just nice and simple. Tilt forwards and back, looking to find that neutral spine position. If you're not sure about this, you can see on our website for a little bit more detail into this. That core's engaged, those arms relaxed down by my side, my ribs are soft, collarbones wide, and that neck nice and long. Okay, so we're going to bring one leg up into single tabletop from here, and we're going to go into a one leg stretch. So we're going to start by lengthening one leg away, coming back, and then lowering. Opposite leg into that tabletop position, lengthen the leg away, coming back and lowering. Good. And again, opposite leg into tabletop, lengthen the leg away, coming back and lower. Really watching for as you lengthen that leg away, don't let that back arch or your pelvis tilt. Keep that control as you're lifting and lengthening that leg from there. Good. And opposite leg lifted, lengthen the leg away, coming back and then lowering. Good. And again, opposite leg lifted, lengthen that leg, back and then lower. Good. Keep that control. If that's comfortable here, we can bring both legs up into double tabletop. From here, lengthening one leg, then the opposite leg. So making sure as you lengthen the leg, you're not letting that back arch, you're keeping that control as you lengthen the leg away. Now, if that's okay here, we can reach up into that abdo prep and lower. Reach up to the abdo prep and lower. You can support your neck if you need to with your hands as you're lifting and lowering. Good. Just lengthening that leg, keeping that neutral spine position as you're coming up into that abdo prep position. If we want to challenge that endurance a little bit more of those abdominals, we can lift up into abdo prep, keep that position and lengthening each side away from here, maintaining that abdo prep position if you can. Keeping that control, lengthening away, lengthening that leg, reaching for those toes, reaching toes, reaching for the feet. Good. Very good. Keep going here. If you can, reaching for those ankles. And one more each side. And lower that head down and lower those legs back down one at a time. Back to that start. Very good. Okay, so from here, feet and knees that hip width distance apart, we're going to go into our bridge. So arms relaxed down by our side. Make sure your feet aren't too far away from you, so your feet are tucked up towards your bottom, just so you don't get cramp into your hamstrings. Arms relaxed down by your side, and we're going to take a breath in. As you breathe out, we're going to tuck that pelvis under, lift up into that bridge, take a breath in here. And as you breathe out, just slowly peeling down back to that start position. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, slowly peeling back down, back to that start position. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up into that bridge. Use those bottom muscles to help lift you up into this position. And as you breathe out, slowly peeling back down. And again, tucking that bottom under, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. As you breathe out, peeling back down, back to that start. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, just peeling that back down, back to that start position. Now, if you want to, we can add a few little movements in from here. So either raising a heel or raising one foot. Or if you want to, you can stretch a leg, or we can stretch and lift. So if you want to challenge that bridge a little bit more, or vary it really, then you can, but just pick what's comfortable for you, making sure your bottom's working to lift you up. Keep that bottom lifted. If you add any additional movement, make sure you don't feel that bottom dropping. Good. So breath in. As you breathe out, lifting up. Use the bottom muscle, lift you up into that bridge. Now keep that pelvis level. Again, whether your feet are down or whether you're adding any movement, we're not letting that pelvis drop. We're keeping that control. Okay. So keep the control as you're lifting up, lengthening, or adding any movement. Just making sure that's staying stable and my bottom isn't dropping. Very good. So keep the control. So just mix and match from there. Just work to whatever level suits you as you're lifting and lowering. Really using that bottom to lift you up, keeping that bottom engaged as you lower back from there as well. Good. And again, tucking that pelvis under, using those bottom muscles, lifting you up into that bridge. Breath in here. And as you're breathing out, peeling down. Good. We'll just do last few here. Tucking that pelvis under, lifting up into that bridge. Breath in at the top. And as you're breathing out, slowly peeling back down. Good. So really using those bottom muscles. And just to whatever level you're doing, keeping that pelvis level and not letting that bottom drop down. You're keeping that engaged as you lift and lower. Okay, let's do last couple. Use the bottom, keeping that pelvis level. Good. Keeping that control. Lowering down. Well done. Let's do one last time. As you breathe out, lifting up through. Use those bottom muscles. Keep that control. That's it. Good. Lengthening through. And then lowering back down to that start. Very good. Let's bring those knees in and have a quick hug. And just stretch out that back. Well done. So breath in and out. On that out breath, just relax from here. Breath in. And as you breathe out, just relax through into that lower back and just stretch out from here. Good. And again, breath in. And as you breathe out, just relaxing down. Hold on, one more. And out, relaxing down. Good. So we're going to lower those legs back down, back to that start position. So those feet and knees, that hip width distance apart. Still making sure you're starting in that nice neutral spine position and that core's engaged. So we're going to go into our hundreds movement from here. So it involves our arms and our legs moving. So to start with, we want to make sure our arms are lengthened. So we're really reaching those fingers down towards those toes. And we start pulsing our hands. Now imagine that you're really slapping some water down, okay? So there's a good amount of sort of pressure in your arms, but they're not hitting the floor, they're just pulsing here. And we're going to breathe in for about 5 pulses and out for about 5 pulses. Now if that's comfortable, just keep going here. If you can, we can raise one leg into tabletop while you're pulsing for about 5, and then lowering, and then lifting the opposite leg and lowering. Okay, so you can keep repeating that here. If you can, we can bring both legs up into double tabletop, maintaining that double tabletop position as we're breathing in for about 5 and breathing out for 5. If you can from here, we can lift up into that abdo prep position, still pulsing my arms, breathing in for 5 and out for 5. If that's okay here, we can straighten the legs and breathe in and out for 5. Breathing in for 5 and out for 5. Maintaining that abdo prep if you can. Breathing in and out. And breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. So just working at your level. Keep breathing in and out as I'm pulsing these hands, really slapping them down onto that water. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. My tummy staying flat. Just keeping going. Breathing in and out. Good. Slapping those hands. Breathing in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Good. Last few. Breathing in and out. Reaching those hands down. Breathing in and out. And breathing in and out. Good. And one more. Breathing in and out. And then lowering those legs down. Lower that head down and lower those arms down. Very good. Okay, so let's stretch out through our backs. We're going to drop those knees over to one side. Have your arms down by your side or out to the side of you. We're going to drop those knees over. Use those toe muscles to bring those knees back up and then dropping over to that opposite side, turning that head the opposite way as well. Coming back up. Good. Dropping those knees over, turning that head to that opposite side. Using those toe muscles, bring the knees back up to that centre. Then dropping over to that opposite side again. Lovely. And again, dropping those knees over. Using those toe muscles, bring the knees back up to the centre. And then over to that opposite side. Good. So just rotating side to side from here. Just using those toe muscles to bring the knees back up. And then opening out that stretch. So really enjoying that stretch here, just rotating side to side, dropping those knees over, using the toe muscles, bring the knees back up, and then dropping over to that opposite side. Good. And again, dropping the knees over, using those toe muscles, bringing those knees back up, and dropping over to that opposite side. Good. And one more each side, drop those knees over. Use the toe muscles coming back up and then over to the opposite side. And then coming back to that centre position and those arms relaxed down by your side. Very good. Okay, so let's stretch out our bottoms now. So we're just going to put one leg onto that opposite knee there. Just allow that leg just to relax open here. So we're just going to stretch those glutes we've worked today. So we're going to bring the opposite knee up in towards your chest just as far as you feel comfortable. And we're going to hold this stretch here. So just breathing in and out. On that out breath, if you can, just sink down into that stretch a little bit further. And again, sinking down. Just feeling that stretch into that bottom. Breath in here. And as you breathe out, just relaxing down into that stretch. Good. And again, breath in. On that out breath, if you can, sinking down just a little bit further into that stretch. Good. Breath in, and as you breathe out, dropping down a little bit further, and again breath in, and as you breathe out, dropping down. Good. And then just relax that leg down from there, and we'll do the same on the opposite side. So opposite foot onto that other knee, allow that leg just to relax open there. If that's enough of a stretch, then just stay there, or if you can, we can use our hands to support our leg and just bring it up in towards you. Take a breath in here. As you breathe out, just sinking down a little bit further if you can. No tension through that upper body, just keep those shoulders relaxed. I'm just dropping down into that stretch, if I can, on that out breath. So breath in, and as you breathe out, sinking into that stretch. Well done. Holding that here, breathing in and out, relaxing down into that stretch. Well done. Good. Breath in and out, relaxing down. Good, and one more breath in and out here. And just relax that leg back down and coming back down from there. Okay, so we're going to come round and just stretch a little bit more and come round into 4-point kneeling and drop down into a child pose stretch. We're just going to lengthen our arms away from here and drop that bottom down onto your heels. So really lengthen through those arms, just stretching from here. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, just sinking down from there. Now we've worked our sides a little bit, so we're going to stretch them out a little bit more by walking our hands round to that left side, dropping down and just feeling that stretch a little bit more down onto that right side. Breath in and out, sink down, and again breath in and out. And we're going to walk our hands back to that centre. And then relaxing, dropping down from here again. Good. And then we're going to reach round to that right side now, just walking those hands around, stretching through that left side this time. Breath in and out, dropping down, lengthening through that side. Good. And then just walking those hands back to that centre position. And last time, just sink down on the out breath, dropping down, relaxing through those shoulders. Good. Then we're just going to walk slowly back up, back into our seating position. And we're going to finish with a mermaid stretch from here. Again, stretching our sides a little bit more. So let's take a breath in. As we breathe out, we're going to drop one hand down, reach that hand over. Take another breath in here. And as you breathe out, reaching up and over, back to that centre. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, reaching that hand down and the opposite hand over. Breath in. As you breathe out, reaching up and over again from here. Good. And again, breath in. As you breathe out, reaching the arm up and over. Breath in. And as you breathe out, reaching up and over again. Good. And again, opposite side. Reaching that hand down, reaching over. Breath in. And out. Lifting up and over. Good. One last time each side. Breath in. As you breathe out, reaching arm over to that side. Breath in. And as you breathe out, back up and over. Lovely. One last time. Breath in. Reaching up and over. Stretching those sides. Breath in. And as you breathe out, coming back up to that start. And just relaxing those shoulders, just rolling them to finish as we started. And drop those shoulders down, that neck nice and long and lengthened. Very good, well done. So I hope you've enjoyed the class today, and we hope to see you next time.